Welcome to alsherbs.com, the oasis for your wellness journey. Our mission is to promote good health and reduce the risk of disease by providing a holistic approach to well-being. From the soothing scent of lavender to the invigorating kick of ginseng, we've got you covered with a wide array of herbs, supplements, and wellness products. Imagine the power of nature, harnessed and delivered right to your doorstep. That's the alsherbs.com promise, and it's a promise we're proud to keep. Shopping at alsherbs.com has truly transformed my life, says one of our satisfied customers. The quality of their products is unmatched, and I've never felt better. And she's not alone. Countless individuals have found a one-stop shop for all their wellness needs at alsherbs.com. It's made a world of difference in my life, another customer shares. And what's the secret to our success? It's simple. We believe in the power of holistic wellness, and we're committed to providing the best products to support your journey. Whether you're boosting your immune system, seeking natural remedies, or enhancing your fitness routine, we have everything you need. The path to a healthier, happier life is just a click away. Visit alsherbs.com today and experience the transformative power of nature. Take the first step towards a vibrant, fulfilling lifestyle. alsherbs.com, where your wellness journey begins. Improving lives, one herb at a time. Your wellness oasis awaits.
Come check out alsherbs.com, where we have all of your herbal needs and different variety of products, from sea moss to black seed oil, and a different variety of products for different health issues, because your health is your wealth.
Hey you guys, this is Courtney Camaro. I'm outside of Muhammad Ali's real original home. We're in Chicago, and I wanted to shout out Al's Botanics and Herbs. Man, when I tell you, I am one of those people that has insomnia. I can't sleep. I can't focus on some days because I'm so sleep deprived, and this has helped. This is one of the mixtures he has that helps with sleep.
Etc., etc. Certain problems. This is gonna be 1 through 10, the best women. The first one, I'll just get right into it. The first one is number 10 is crazy women. And to a certain degree, I do believe that I don't believe all women are the same. I don't I do think a lot of women are crazy. It's just some degree or another that they are, crazy. So yeah, the first on the list is basically the crazy woman. You've all dealt with some woman that was crazy. She liked to fight dudes. She liked to start arguments. she liked to get into it with different guys. You know, to a certain degree or another, she was crazy. That's basically, what I'm saying, what some of you have dealt with. You have some type of story where you dealt with a woman that was crazy. Okay, some people even say, some guys say that crazy women have the best box. They have the best, what I'm saying, sex. They sex is the best. That's been an argument, but nonetheless, yeah, crazy women. You know what I'm saying? Definitely crazy women are number 10 on the list. So I got these in 1 through 10. The highest number is the worst women, and the least is the best women. So on number 10 is definitely crazy. Crazy is pretty much on the list of number 10. So after number 10, this is going to start getting kind of confusing because a lot of women are crazy. So it goes into, to a certain degree, I guess, less crazy than and more crazy. So number 9, I had to kind of arrange this a certain type of way. Is basically fat and ugly women with bad attitude. Okay. Why do I differentiate bad attitude and fat and ugly? Okay, obviously, a lot of dudes, they do want to get with a pretty woman, right? Okay, that's what they're looking for. Most men, that's what they want. They want a trophy. But the thing is that a lot of times this is what a lot of men can get. This is all they can get. Fat and ugly women with bad attitudes. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying to, at first I really, kind of like, man, I'm just giving people information and, I'm not really getting that much, much respect, I mean, I'm like, why should I just be helping these people out, helping these men out? And I'm like, you know what? I do get a lot of support from other venues, and I think maybe I'm thinking wrong, but I'm thinking it does have something to do with, my pages, my different pages, my social media presence to a certain degree had me make the money that I made last year. So I'm gonna just, what I'm saying, look at it like that. Okay. But nonetheless, I stopped showing my email and stuff because I kept getting spam emails. Somebody will watch my page and they'll see my email and basically they will email me spam, unsolicited messages. So um I have to be kind of careful. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this out, and that's what I'll do. So yeah, let me adjust this here. Check this out. All right, there we go. All right, yeah. So the thing is that number 9 is fat and ugly women with a bad attitude. They're not necessarily crazy, but they got a bad attitude, and they fat and ugly. You'd be surprised. A lot of women like this I see in Chicago, they married. They got a man, they boyfriend, they got a simp. They got a simp husband or a simp boyfriend or a simp baby daddy. And they fat and ugly and they got a bad attitude. So if you're not doing well in America, all you got to do is move to Chicago and you just got to deal with the bad weather. So I don't know. I mean, this might be offensive, but it is what it is. I'm just calling, like I said, best women 1 to 10, 10 the least, 1 the best. All right. So we got fat, ugly women with a bad attitude. So moving along, after that, we got number 8. Number 8 is basically ugly women with a bad attitude. So, it's like, okay, they might be just skinny. They're not fat, they skinny, but they ugly. They got a bad attitude, or they got a basic body. They're basic as far as like their body. They're not fat or whatever. They might just be, they're not necessarily skinny either. They're like in between. But they ugly and they got a bad attitude. These women are also in Chicago too. And I don't know, for some reason, it's just, I guess, because the men in Chicago are really struggling, a lot of them. Some of them got women like this, but most of them is worse. They got ugly, fat women with bad attitudes. Some of them got just ugly women with bad attitudes. But yeah, what's going on, my man? Salute. So like they'll just have just ugly women with bad attitudes. Some of the dudes, but most of them is worse. They have ugly fat women with bad attitudes. Because at the end of the day, an ugly woman that's just skinny or not fat is better than number 9, which is fat and ugly with a bad attitude. They're better than crazy, but they still have a bad attitude and they're ugly. In the other case, fat and ugly with a bad attitude. So it's better to deal with the woman that's not fat and she just so happens to be ugly than to deal with a fat and ugly woman with a bad attitude. Okay, so let's turn this on here. Get this going. So you got to know what you're dealing with. You got to know your women. You got to know what know what you got working on. You know what I'm saying? So again, somebody slim, that's just so happen to be ugly. She's not fat. She's better. But she still got a bad attitude. So we move into number 7. So I just got to do some adjustments, some slight adjustments, because we're going to run it back. Basically, a fat, ugly woman with basically with a good attitude. Okay, a good attitude is better than the ugly women with the attitude, and the fat and ugly woman with the attitude. So you got fat and ugly women that have good attitudes. They have healthy relationships with men, because a guy ain't necessarily too much worried about looks. See, I lost a lot of people that thought I was trying to make fun of fat and ugly women, but I really wasn't. I was just saying, oh, I messed up here. I gotta number this correctly. I really wasn't making fun of y'all. I was just saying that how you gonna be fat and ugly with a bad attitude and expect you to get the world? These women basically called Kevin Samuels, and they got clipped and all of that. But the thing is that yeah, a fat and ugly woman with a good attitude, she can have a healthy relationship with her man. Other women might be looking at her like, damn, how you get her, how you get him? They'll have healthy relationships. They'll even have a relationship with a rich man because they stuck with him when he was struggling, when he was on the grind, and they were supportive. They had a positive attitude. They provided him peace. They're superior than fat and ugly women ugly women with bad attitudes. It just is what it is. I've seen a lot of fat and ugly women that have healthy relationships. They live in an upper class lifestyle, upper middle class lifestyle. They drive in whatever they want. I literally see that. I've seen a lot of women like this. Okay, so if you thinking that it's because of how you look and all of that, and when men tell you it's your attitude, it literally is your attitude. And I'm gonna try to help you. Basically, where you mess up is you really gotta be more of a slave, because you gotta understand you fat and ugly. You gotta be more closer to beyond submissiveness. You gotta damn near be subservient. You know what I'm saying? Like, greet your man with his food, with like you prostrate and kneel down because you thankful you got a good man, because you know you don't really look that good and you fat. But you don't necessarily got to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It'll help. I'm just trying to help you get get where you're trying to get. But I'm saying if you just very, very submissive, just common submissive to where basically you're submissive to the point where, let me show my little slides or whatever to put my point into perspective. You could be fat and ugly and still be a prime woman. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, you thinking I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. I see a lot of women like this that are, submissive. Even I seen women that's agreeable and fat and ugly and have healthy relationship with men. Because a lot of times, I'll just be honest with you, a lot of men they prefer a woman that just have a positive attitude than some woman that looks good, or a woman that's gonna sleep with all your friends and all of that type of stuff. They prefer that. You're not ranked high as a woman that looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong, but you're ranked higher than the other women that I just mentioned. Because you have a lot of submissive traits about you, and you're more of a prime woman. Okay. So basically that's what I mean by that. And that's the women that I see that are in a relationship. It's not sometimes it ain't about the looks, man. You got a lot of guys that they'll rather have peace and quiet and serenity in their home than all the looks and glitz and glamour. You know what I'm saying? So I got to check some stuff out because basically this is a repeat. So number 6 is an ugly woman with a good attitude. Okay, so basically, like, just picture silly, but she has a good attitude. Now, how does she have a good attitude dealing with Mister? Okay, that's a conversation we can have another day. But basically, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, basically, she looks like a chick that looks like silly, but she has a very good attitude. Okay. She, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? The champ, the warriors out there. She's slim. She ain't fat. A lot of women weren't fat because, be honest with you, food wasn't plentiful a long time ago. And welfare wasn't that or let's just say food stamps wasn't that plentiful. It was harder to get back then. So people didn't really eat like this. And fast food wasn't really that available and affordable as it is now. It was no DoorDash, it was no Uber Eats, obviously. And people just didn't they didn't eat out like that. You know what I'm saying? So, this like phenomenon where people that, women are fat, men are fat too, is a big thing based off of the food and the food quality. And, basically also the availability to fast food and grocery stores. They didn't have 24-hour grocery stores in the 80s. Okay, they just didn't have that. All right. So yeah, if you basically a slim woman that's ugly with a good attitude, yeah, you can still have a healthy relationship. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even if your woman ugly, how many people have seen basically a ugly woman with a beautiful looking kid? How many people have seen that? So your kids might still be beautiful with your wife that's ugly. I've seen that quite often. Just because your children are not determined, the beauty of your children are not determined if your wife is ugly or beautiful. I will say it is it's kind of like a catch, but I have seen both beautiful women have ugly children, and I've seen ugly women have beautiful children. So I mean, you might hit the luck lottery or something like that. So the thing is that even still, you having a woman that's just not very pretty in the face or whatever, she can still have, basically, you can have a good situation where she helps you with your business. She helps you with your, she helps you with your children. She listens to you. She's grateful to have you. So she listens to what you say. You say, I want you to stay home and raise the children. She's going to do that. You know what I'm saying? You tell her, I want you to be a homemaker. She's gonna do that. She ain't gonna give you no lip and all that because she's got a good attitude. She's submissive. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Number 6. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, you thought I was going in on fat and ugly people and shit. You ain't even see my angle. You gave up on me. You know what I'm saying? That's why your woman, you're on the low tail of the totem pole. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be talking about, I'm going into the middle part right now, and understand this is based off of looks and stuff too. Okay, don't get me wrong. Okay, because number 5 is I'll say covert. Let me make sure that that's the word I'm looking for, because I'm pretty sure that is what I'm looking for here. Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, covert. Um, let's just say thoughts, because that covers everybody should know what a thought is. Covert thoughts and sex workers. Covert meaning they are, hiding the fact that they're thoughts and sex workers. Like they don't tell you they're, out there. They done had a train ran on them last week. You just met them. You know what I'm saying? They treat you like, you are going to be in a long-term relationship with them and marry them and everything like that. Last week they done had a train ran on them, by dudes on their block. Or they sell pussy in their OnlyFans and Instagram account, and you don't know that because they're covert, meaning they do it in secrecy and mystery, and basically they're not telling you that they're thoughts and sex workers. Okay, basically they're liars. Basically, I call them monogamous pretenders. I think Raja Curry, he called them. He called them. I forgot what he called them, but basically, yeah, these women are covert, and basically they're lying about um, basically them being thoughts and sex workers. They could just be a thought and not necessarily a sex worker. I'm just putting sex workers in there. You know what I'm saying? So that's number 5. The reason why I put them as a high up high, because basically they're giving up sex, and then also they probably look good. They probably look, as good as the women on this photo. It just so happens that thoughts and sex workers. Like I met a chick a long time ago. She was very, very hot. She was like, on the 10 scale, she was like high up there. She was like an 8. Um, she just was, it just comes to find out she just was a thought. She didn't let me know. She was just being ambiguous about it, or basically quiet about it. One of the homies put me on game, was like, man, she out there. I heard about her, whatever. And I had to respect the game. I had to respect the fact that it's nothing you could do. Can't turn no hoe into no housewife. If you can try. Low battery. You can try if you want to. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have some problems trying to do that for sure. But the thing is that I already knew that, because I dealt with thoughts before I went to college. I know what thoughts do. But she was being covert about it. She didn't let me know. So I had to let her go. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, she still was mad cool, because she gave me the pussy. You know what I'm saying? She gave it to me. She you know what I'm saying? It was a good time, but not a long time. Because you can't have that. You can't have a chick that, you know, out there like that. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is research uh, King Henry the Eighth, if you want to go real far back. You know what I'm saying? Just research Henry the Eighth and his wives. So if you think that you could marry a housewife, I mean a hoe for a housewife. All right, so the okay, I gotta change this to number 4. So number 4, they still ranked high, okay? Just because you a liar, I'll find out, but you giving up the pussy, because you know I like women that give up the pussy. You know, women that give up pussy is honorable women. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're ranked up high. It's just some lie about it and others don't. And those are the open thoughts in sex workers. I mean, they telling you basically right in their bio, yeah, I'm looking for money. My OnlyFans right here. If you want to talk to me, you gotta subscribe to my OnlyFans. I mean, blah 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 blah. They out there. They not trying to deceive you in the fact that they are out there. They're open. They're open to being a hoe. They're, sexual positive about sex. They practice sexual positivity. Okay. They're into tantric and, poly or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They out there. They ain't trying to deceive you and lying, trying to come to you, trying to start some monogamous relationship with you because they don't want to lie about them being a sex worker or a thought. They're telling you like it is. This is what I do. This is how I get down. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. Or this is my price. If you want to pay it, you pay it. If you don't, kick rocks. They letting you know what's up. They not trying to beat around the bush and seeing what they can get out of you by not telling you what they do. You know what I'm saying? They out there. And they're honorable women. They're not the best of women, but they're up there. Okay? That's why they're number 4. All right. Number 3. Okay? Number 3. And this is where I have to kind of basically kind of dig in the crates a little bit. I got to stop and see if I can dig in the crates because this is something that I wanted to cover just in a video in itself. Okay? This is what I wanted to cover. Okay? So you have intelligent, business-minded women. Okay? That is number 3. Okay, intelligent, business-minded women. All right. So let me see something here. Gonna see something here. Because basically there is something that I watched. One of your, favorite YouTubers, is no longer here, that he was basically mentioning, about what he thought about educated women, and that you didn't know because you believe what everybody else said and all of that type of stuff. Let me see here. See if I can find this video because it was a while back. But who I'm talking about is Kevin Samuels. So you say, Kevin don't like educated women and he don't like women that are educated. And that's totally untrue. And I believe his daughter manages his page. and she's working on different archives of his videos, and basically, he said something on one of his last videos where what you thought he meant, or how he thinks about educated women, is totally different than what you think he mentioned. Because his actual thoughts about educated women is very similar to how I think about it. Okay, so um, yeah, it was this one that was 9 days. Let me let me play this real quick. I think it's covered in this clip, but let me play this real quick here. All right, let's see here.
Granted, but I never hear black men tell white women that.
Because they don't
I never
have to. Because they smile.
suggest
They
why.
don't have to. They don't have to tell other racist women because they're naturally, they smile. You can't make this shit up, man. I mean, I'm struggling to stay on the path because this makes sense to you.
I mean, yes.
So avoid women like this. And if black women don't want anybody to tell you to smile, and you don't want to have to engage somebody in a cordial, friendly, polite way, then by all means, you shouldn't have to. And no one should have to be subjected to possibly, no one should have to be subjected to possibly offending you. So it would be better for them to err on the side of just don't deal with it. Again, we're talking about somebody just saying, hey, smile. Not, hey, do a sexual act or give me some money. Smile. And then you turn around and say, well, I don't hear them saying it to other races of women. Learn something. Those other
What
races
am
of
I
women
learning from that though?
how to get a husband and keep one.
So if I'm just like, okay, and so just hear me out. If I'm just having a normal walk through the park and I'm minding my own business, a man's, having a normal walk in the park as well, and he randomly says to me, smile, I should just smile at him?
Well, ma'am, apparently it's happened enough in your life to where this is becoming an issue. Because it
It
can't be
happens
just
a
a
lot.
one-off. Oh no, no, hold on. It can't just be a one-off situation. It's enough to where you actually decided to call into a broadcast and make it an issue. So the fact of the matter is, you walk around with a resting bitch face. If people continue to do this to you, then maybe you need to take under consideration. Maybe, just maybe, the way I'm approaching men, my image I'm carrying in the world to black men is this way.
Angry?
So what you're saying is black men who aren't related to you, or you don't have any investment in you, can make no demands of you.
I just feel like a man that I don't know, a man that I've never
Exactly.
seen before,
So
shouldn't
exactly.
do that.
So black
And so
women
yes,
like
I
that.
agree.
So what you need to understand. So a man who does not know you, if he sees you getting fucked up, needs to keep on walking. See, this is why y'all want this
Why
group
would I be
protection. No,
randomly
no,
getting
no.
beat
Listen
up?
very well. Listen very well. This is when y'all talk about you want this group protection. You want a black man to step in. You okay, sis? And this all that kind of stuff. A black man can't even ask you to smile at him for risk of offending you. So, conversely, if there's something happening to you, you need to call your man and the men you deem necessary enough to do something for. Because just us regular black men who have no investment in, or you have no investment in, we can make no demands of it. See, that's the beautiful thing about other races of people. Other races of women of other races, men who they're not fucking can make demands of them, and the men that they're fucking can make demands of them.
Okay, so I found the clip that I was trying to play to, basically he's talking about, women that are educated, intelligent. So, y'all can't say, oh, he ain't like intelligent women. He didn't like, women that had degrees. That was foolishness. Most people, even him, he's college educated. He joined a fraternity. I mean, that club is filled with people that are very much scholars, educated, intelligent men and women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, obviously that didn't even make sense, but this is what he said. This was what he said in his own words.
I don't know if Shirley got a cookbook. Did she get one? I don't need a cookbook. God damn it, you need a cookbook. You need a cookbook and you need some etiquette lessons. All right, sorry guys, I was supposed to be on at 10 o'clock, but of course, your godfather is out in the field where the work is real. And I sat down with two very lovely, beautiful black women and had an invigorating conversation. Holy Jesus, holy Jesus, holy Jesus. When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Had a good conversation. But I want to talk about something that kind of goes into the conversation I had earlier, okay? The conversation I had earlier with these women. One woman was a realtor, she's in her 30s, and the other woman, and basically it was same old stuff. Wanting to find a husband, find a man. And one of the things that I have noticed over the last year, more than anything else, is many women have good intentions when they are trying to give advice to other women. But your godfather is right more often than a lot of women want to admit. And single women keep women single. More on that later. But I want to talk about one of the biggest things I'm seeing with what I consider to be nice modern women. Nice modern women. We're not talking about these women who are ratchet and loud and argumentative. Hold on. What is a nice modern woman? A nice modern woman is a woman who, on paper, you really can't see why this woman is single or unmarried. She's intelligent, most are educated, most are attractive, they're fit, uh, they're feminine, but they're still over 30 and unmarried. And I have talked to thousands and thousands and thousands of women in my lifetime. And one thing that I would say, especially when I do my one-on-one sessions, is a theme starts to emerge. a theme starts to emerge. And one of the things that I wanted to bring to women's attention is men today feel like they're doing too much in relationships and women aren't doing enough.
He already said, I mean,
Men feel like they're doing too many things and women aren't doing enough. And why is this? One of the biggest issues today with women in the danger zone and above, 27 to 35 and above, is the notion of emotional labor. Now, I want you guys to hit that damn badge button. Come on, man. Your godfather's been out for a minute with the hookah jukama. Oh, and
He wrong for that, baby.
been out for a minute with the hookah jukama. So we're back in effect. But here's the thing: what is emotional labor? Many women today, especially college-educated women, are exhausted when it comes to for relationships. I said it the other day. Most women over 30 are doing all they can to get to Friday. They live from dreading going to bed on Sunday night, hating Monday morning at 6 o'clock, and can't wait to get to Friday at 6 o'clock. That's it. We're talking about women who are active, they work out, but all they can do is stay awake. And they have no time for serious relationships, because ladies, understand something. Relationships with men of value is work. Real relationships require real work. And many women today want to be trophy wives for this very reason. I don't want to have to be responsible for nothing. I don't want to have to do nothing. Why? Because they're fucking exhausted. And where's the root of this exhaustion? Emotional labor. Emotional labor is the process of managing feelings and emotions to fulfill an emotional requirement of the job. Attorneys, physicians, nurses, salespeople in some regard, massage therapists, creatives, actors. Remember all those categories? Women in military and law enforcement, remember those jobs I ran down that men of value tend to avoid women? Marriage-minded men tend to avoid women who have emotionally taxing jobs. Why is this important? Because most of the single women today are in some sort of, and watch them start to get angry. This is when the nurses are going to come at me to a pitchfork. They're in emotionally draining jobs. Why? Because if your job is spent managing patients, managing customers, managing anything, that means you go to work and you have spent your emotional availability. What do you have left for a man when he gets home? You don't have the ability to be loving, affectionate, emotionally available, and everything else to a man. At best, you have your body. This is why understand something. Women are doing so much emotional labor today that they have a problem even smiling at men today. Emotional labor. More specifically, workers are expected to regulate their emotions during interaction with customers, coworkers, and managers. This is a relatively wide consensus on many components of emotional labor and on their effects on relationships. The components that have an impact on relationships: affective events that display rules, emotional rule dissonance, emotional regulation strategies, and genuine and fake emotional displays. Bottom line, think of it. Think about a woman who has to go to, like a woman who's a nurse. She's got to deal with patients who are coming in sick. She got to deal with insurance and doctors and the public and this and that. All of these things have to be balanced. Same thing with the attorney. Same thing with the physician. Think about it. This is why back in the day, when your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, they didn't have emotional labor jobs. They had manual labor jobs. They may have had to go be a domestic, but most of their day wasn't spent managing nobody's emotions. This is why so many men today are asking, what do women bring to the table? And women talk about, I'm educated, I'm this, because all they have is their job. Ladies, the trick you're in is you are slaves to your job because of your debt. And the only way to break away from your man to get a husband, to get away from the emotional labor you're doing for these goddamn careers, is to get a man. But here's the
Shout out to Kevin Samuel.
back in the day when your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, they didn't have emotional labor jobs. They had manual labor jobs. They may have had to go be a domestic, but most of their day wasn't spent managing nobody's emotions. This is why so many men today are asking, what do women bring to the table? And women talk about, I'm educated, I'm this, because all they have is their job. Ladies, the trick you're in is you are slaves to your job because of your debt. And the only way to break away from your man to get a husband, to get away from the emotional labor you're doing for these goddamn careers, is to get a man. But here's the trick. A man ain't gonna just take you. What women today want, they want men to come and rescue them. Come take me out of the drudgery of my day-to-day job, and in return, I'll be a good girlfriend, wife. Wait a minute. It's like, wait a minute. That ain't gonna work. So we're in an impasse, ladies. If you can't provide the girlfriend experience, you won't become a wife. Many women today are lazy daters. Gentlemen, more men today will tell you, if you have a woman who is not an active dater, I mean, think about it. I want you guys to think about it in the comment section. I want you guys to write the last time, if ever, you dated a woman who was active. Hey, good morning. Hey, I love you. Hey, how you doing? Emotionally active, emotionally engaged. See, women don't have the emotional bandwidth to be tuned in to one man, because they're spending 90+% of their emotional availability on jobs. And then y'all got the nerve to want to date multiple different men or talk to multiple different men. Then you run across a thorough dude and
They trying to be like men. They trying to be like players. Girls is players too. You know, that's what he's talking about. And this man been, away from this earth, for like 3 years, man. And he's still, this stuff is still relevant in 2024, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
the thorough dude, like I was telling these women today, men who are relationship and marriage minded, they're not accepting scraps. A lot of you ladies, all you have left for relationships is fucking scraps. And you wonder why you can't get a husband. It's not because you don't look good. It ain't because you Big Shirley. It's because you're emotionally empty. One of the things a lot of times men don't talk about is how so many women today are physically female, but your software is male. Meaning, you got women today who have never written a love letter, have never done anything that requires real affection. So you're asking men today to do what men of old have done, and then accept a woman who's not fulfilling an emotional need. So you go to work and give your emotional availability to work. Then he's supposed to get with you, and he's supposed to marry you, and then you got emotional availability for kids. The man is left out in this. This is why so many men are like, what's the purpose of having a wife if I'm just going to have sex? And here's the reality: a lot of women, if you're honest, they're not even emotionally available. They are physically in tune. They're trying to get off. But do you ladies even know how to make love? You know.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. You know what I'm saying?
Message.
Um, that was that video that was 9 days ago. And I'm gonna put that in the chat right here so you can watch that. And basically, I mean, it's 2024 and that's still relevant to this day. But yeah, he definitely liked intelligent women, business minded women. That was who he was dating. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that I also like these women. These women are, that's why they're number three, because if you run a business and you're trying to, let's just say you're serious about generational wealth, you don't want someone that's not intelligent and business minded running your company, you know what I'm saying, while you pass away. You don't want, even while you're alive, to have a woman that's not intelligent and business minded, because she's going to run your business to the ground. You know, she's not intelligent enough to help you in your business. Okay, that's everything. Like, really, to be honest, sometimes we, and even I have to work on this myself. We too casual when it comes to the idea of business, or even the idea of business in itself. We're just way too casual about that. You know what I'm saying? Business is very serious. We Business again is like the board. You either work for a business or you have a business yourself. But resistance is definitely futile. You know what I'm saying? That's how strong capitalism is. I mean, you either in business or you working for one. So it's best to have a business minded woman, intelligent business minded woman. Okay. So that's number three. And number two is this is number two. So this is 1 through 10. Best woman. I mean, worst woman to best woman. So number two is a spiritual, God fearing woman. Okay, God fearing women. Now, the world is very chaotic. America is very chaotic. Okay, that's why relationships are kind of rough, because the world is chaotic. America is going through a lot. Um, it's a lot of programming that's being done, a lot of rainbow agenda type stuff, so social engineering going on. But the spiritual God fearing woman is the second best woman, as far as in my opinion. Spiritual God fearing women are pretty much, number two. If you got a God fearing woman, she's gonna most likely be submissive. It's not 100% guarantee, but she knows that her place is with her man. She's ordained by God to follow her man. If she really believes that, and she lives that life, you're going to have less problems with her 9 times out of 10. Not gonna say it's 100% or guaranteed, but you're going to have the best relationship with a woman like this for the most part. This is the type of woman that she fears God and she walks the path, and she knows her place is at home with her man. Okay, I'm not gonna go too much into it, but basically, you know these types of women. Some of them are chameleons. I'll give you that, but some of them are legit. Again, this world is very chaotic, um, you know, and it's a lot going on. It's very hard to be like that because it's just so chaotic. People are following victim to a lot of different things. Um, it's a chance that they can improve, but right now, a lot of times, it's a lot of people that are following prey to all sorts of evil and ilks of the world. And It's very difficult to stay clear of that. So, wealthy, um, I'll just put, I'll just say this here. All right. So, this is the number one woman right here. Now, the reason why I put her over this number two is because at the end of the day, a woman of power and a woman of wealth and resources is of value higher than the praying, submissive, godly praying woman. Okay, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, I would love to put the woman that's spiritual and God fearing at number one, but unfortunately, I have to be realistic here. Okay, um, you know, if you marry into a family that's wealthy, your life will be forever changed. You can get the number two woman. You just can't let the number one woman know. Or after you leave the number one woman, you can get the spiritual woman if she don't want to be with you. But yeah, wealth and definitely royalty. There are princesses in this world. There's definitely queens, obviously. Um, these are the best women. I mean, it is what it is. It's very basic. It's very realistic. Okay, and basically, I would say everything above basically six and above, it doesn't have anything to do with looks per se. Doesn't have any five and up doesn't have anything to do with looks. It has something to do with looks because women with looks are ranked higher. Obviously, I don't have to tell you that. Men will tell you that. But yeah, number one is definitely women that are wealthy and of royalty. Most men cannot even get these women. So yeah, these are the rarest of women. Because see, here's the thing. Um, a chick that works at corporate and makes a decent amount of money, yeah, she'll date a broke guy. A nurse will date a broke guy, a pookie or whatever, a lower tier man. Yeah, they'll do that. They'll have their fun. Yeah, at the end of the day, that's just a woman that's more close to poverty than a wealthy and a woman of royalty. They have different consequences. You know what I'm saying? So if they go outside of the family, they can lose their inheritance. It's more risks that are involved. I'm not saying it's impossible, okay? Um, but it is very rare for a woman to want to lose her inheritance and risk that dating men because one of the things about wealthy women and women with money, they don't like to take risk on men. Men take risk on women. Women tend to not want to lose money. Um, so they'll do whatever it takes for them to not lose out on money and gain money. So they're not going to risk their money to have some type of sexual love triangle or love experience with some guy that doesn't really have that much money or resources or don't even come from a family of wealth and resources. They're not going to really risk that. And a lot of times in this type of group, your mate is hand selected, meaning there's family dinners and stuff like that, and a guy will come over. These types of families and types of women are the last strands of any type of traditionalism in the United States. They still practice some type of traditionalism, such in the sense that their mate selection is based off of basically most of the time the man that they choose ultimately to spend their life with after they slut around. If they do, they'll pick a man that has means very close to them or of some type of means, meaning somebody that's from a wealthy family just like themselves. You can find that as far as Paris Hilton. Okay, it's a classic example of that. So yeah, this is number one in my opinion. I would love your opinion. If you have an opinion on this, you can leave this in the comment section. You can. I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody in the comments that are requesting any link or anything. So I'm gonna close this out. But yeah, this is a good one right here to add to the catalog, so you'll know, because I'm right. You know what I'm saying? Definitely know I'm right.
Question is, how do I attract a man who wants to be nurtured and supported but can give me that same energy back?
A wise person, taught me that when you change your perspective, that's when miracles happen. I said this real talk. This was my exact prayer. I say, God, please send me a woman that's the most beautiful woman in the world with a big soft ass booty. That's a real pure T slut, but she just loyal. Just send me some.